streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresko. We'll get to your top stories at 4 in just a moment. But first, as always, let's check in with 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. There he is, folks. Hey, a nice day out there today, mostly dry. We do have some isolated showers across the area.
Yeah, we expected this afternoon, that there might be a few isolated showers that start in the hills and then eventually get into the valley. Let's first check traffic, and the good news here is that traffic is fine. I-91 from Sunderland to Longmeadow, looking good. And then the Mass Pike from Lee into Worcester County, Sturbridge and Charlton also looking green. There are a couple of minor delays on some of the surface streets in our urban areas, but otherwise we're in good shape. How about weather? Let's take a look at it. Temperatures right now are in the low 80s, though it feels a little bit warmer. A little breeze out of the south has been increasing the humidity. 81 Springfield, Westfield and Orange, 85 in Greenfield, 80 in Northampton. And here are those scattered showers. You can see them in the hills right along the county line with Berkshire, Hamden, Hampshire and Franklin County. These are slowly but surely working their way east. So some scattered showers are possible here through sunset tonight. More rain on the way later in the week. We'll show you with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
All right, now for your top 4 stories at 4 o'clock. President Biden has signed an executive order to slow the influx of migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. The order temporarily shuts down asylum requests once the average number of daily encounters between official ports of entry tops 2,500. According to a White House official, that threshold has already been met. The border will reopen only when that number falls to 1,500. The executive action also makes it impossible for migrants to seek asylum if they cross the border illegally. The order does have some exceptions, including for unaccompanied children. We now know the name of the 2 women who were stabbed to death at a home on Marion Street in Springfield. The Hamden District Attorney's Office identified the victims as 19-year-old Noor Al-Karat and her mother, 39-year-old Ruwadia Salamat. The victims are the daughter and wife of the suspect, 46-year-old Osama Al-Karat. He was arraigned yesterday on 2 counts of murder and is currently being held without the right to bail. Another adult man was also stabbed during the domestic disturbance but is expected to survive. Lawyers representing charities that say they are owed money by 413 filed a motion to appoint a temporary Chapter 7 bankruptcy trustee. 413 managed and timed races, including for charitable organizations, along with owning a storefront in East Longmeadow. The petitioning nonprofits claim to be owed nearly $30,000. When 413 announced they were shutting down in a Facebook posting, they described themselves as financially bankrupt, but never filed any paperwork to make it official, which would have reorganized and forgiven debts that could not be paid. A hearing is scheduled for this Thursday at noon at U.S. District Court in Springfield. Swimming is closed at the Green River Recreation Area in Greenfield due to elevated bacteria levels. The popular swimming area was supposed to open for the season June 1st, but heavy rain forced the swimming area to stay closed. It's a different issue than combined sewer overflows in the lower valley. These pollutants are strictly from runoff. The river is tested weekly according to state regulations. Dry weather should create good testing conditions this week. Speaking of good weather conditions, not bad overall today for your Tuesday, but as you mentioned before, we do have some chances for some showers. Yeah, a couple of showers have already developed in the hills here. Let's take a look at our 22 News Storm Team Skycast. Looking forward here, so some scattered, mainly light showers, but there could be a slightly heavier shower in here through sunset. So let's call it just after 8 o'clock tonight. The chance for a scattered shower remains. Otherwise, it's variable clouds here late this evening and overnight. Dry day here tomorrow. You know, they got a sprinkle here and there on the Skycast, but generally speaking, we're dry. We start with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Noontime, sunshine, and then a partly sunny afternoon with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. I expect more rain here on Thursday. We'll show you on TV tonight on 22 News at 5. Now for a look at what's trending. Tomorrow marks 100 days until the start of the Big E. Today, New England's Great State Fair announced the lineup for the Court of Honor stage. The shows are free with admission to the fair. Seating is first come, first serve, but the venue is open to all walking through. Some of this year's artists include Chubby Checker, Fuel, and Let's Sing Taylor, the ultimate Taylor Swift tribute band. The Big E will take place September 13th through the 29th. It's the end of an era. After 41 years, Pat Sajak's final Wheel of Fortune is set to air this week. Sajak announced his retirement last year, saying the time has come and that hosting the show has been a wonderful ride. Sajak began hosting Wheel in 1981 after serving as a meteorologist at KNBC in Los Angeles. A year later, Vanna White joined the show, and the pair quickly became mainstays in living rooms across the United States. White will continue to co-host the show through at least next season. Ryan Seacrest is taking over the wheel spinning responsibilities. Now for a look at what we are working on for 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, West Springfield's Town Council has approved its fiscal year 2025 budget, and it includes more than $1 million in budget cuts from the school department. Find out what this means for teachers there. Plus, Agawam is holding a special election to decide whether or not to approve a Proposition 2.5 override to build a new high school. Hear what the project will cost. And what are the rules when it comes to riding horses on the streets of Springfield? We're taking a closer look at what is and what is not allowed.
One last check of traffic. I-91 continues to be green, even in downtown Springfield. We're looking good at the 291 merge, just a slight slowdown there. And then on the Mass Pike from the Berkshires to the Worcester Hills, we're also in good shape. A couple of raindrops may impede your visibility a bit, especially in the hills this afternoon. We'll continue to track those rain chances on 22 News at 5.
Brian, thank you, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. You can log on to our website and our 22 News app for the latest news and weather anytime.